Yay, I am live. First, I want to take like a minute or two and begin to invite a few people, so just bear with me really quick. Bear with me, I will get started really shortly. I should have grabbed a cup of tea. Gee. 1 second. Let me invite some people on to this live video. Let's see. Bear with me. I'll be going live in just a second. Well, I'm already live, but I'll be speaking in just a moment. Let me get a few people on here who are a part of my support system. Let's see. Okay, needless to say, this video will be on my wall, and people get on me all the time because I'll post an amazing video, what I think is amazing, and I usually delete it. Like, I don't know why I do that. Needless to say, this live video is titled "Cracking Open," how to crack open your new year now. So really briefly, I just wanted to take a moment and talk about some things that I've been doing, as well as some things that everyone can do so that we can be productive going into 2018, right? So statistically, the studies show that about 40% of Americans all go ahead and commit to some type of a New Year resolution or some type of New Year goal, right? And the reality of it is, by January 15th, 92% of those people have already quit. So if 40% of the population is committing to these New Year goals, and by January 15th, about 92% quit, that leaves only a small, tiny 8% of people who are actually successful and carry out their New Year resolutions. And I pretty much want to talk about ways in which you can be successful when it comes down to your New Year's resolution, whatever that may be. And really briefly, I just want to share a story with you guys about just holding on, right? Holding on to something, holding on to that vision that you have, that goal that you have in regards to that New Year resolution or whatever it may be. And I think that it's super powerful to do that. So how do you crack open your New Year now? So really briefly, I want to share with you guys a story. Hopefully you guys can see me well. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hey, my beautiful party. Hey, Maria. Hey, Queen. Let me know if you guys can see me clearly. Let me know if you guys can hear me clearly. Let me know, because I want to get everything situated before I continue. So if you guys can just, who's ever watching, you can just comment below and just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and if you can see me clearly. I'll wait for that. Just want to make sure everything is all good. So just even like the post, just like the live video, if you can see and hear me clearly. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you. So again, really briefly, 40% of Americans, they all commit to a New Year resolution, and only 8% usually are successful. The other 92%, thank you, Maria, the other 92% are usually, they usually quit by January 15th of that new year. So I want to talk about cracking open our new year right now. Today is December 22nd, 2017. How do we crack open our new year now? Really briefly, I want to share a story with you guys about a gentleman who was a really, really poverty-stricken school teacher, and in the early 1990s, and he began to hear a lot of complaints of his colleagues as well as the people around him. They would complain a lot, and they would always just have certain reservations they had about things, right? So reservations in regards to small businesses, right? So what he would do is he would take time and he would actually think of solutions to solve these problems of these small business owners. He would hear them talk about, oh, well, we need this, we need that, this and the other. And he would literally sit down and he would, come up with different ways to fix their problems and address the complaints. So what this gentleman did, this poor, poverty-stricken gentleman in the 1990s, what he did was he started a company, and what's so amazing about that company is that company did not receive $1 of revenue for 10 years. So one man, poverty-stricken, started a company that didn't make any money for 10 years. But the reason why they stayed in business for 10 years plus is simply and only because of the thank you emails he would receive, he and his colleagues would receive, and things of that sort. And that's what kept them afloat. And he would go out to different restaurants, and people knew about his business, so they would just go ahead and pay for his food because they knew that he wasn't making any money, but he had this business that was helping a lot of people, answering a lot of the problems in that community, right? So fast forward, the founder, Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, is now worth $37.9 billion. And all he started with was this vision, right? He heard the complaints, he heard what was coming at him, and he didn't succumb to it and say, oh, well, I can't help this, I can't change the situation. He went ahead and he kept his vision of exposing China to exposing Chinese small businesses to the world abroad. So he started Alibaba in the 1990s, and he did not receive $1 of revenue for 10 years. That is impeccable. That is so selfless, right? Now, to tie that into what I mean about how to crack open your new year, it's all about being a visionary. It's all about always focusing on the end game, always focusing on the 1 year from now, the 5 years from now, the 10 years from now. So getting started today, December 21st, 2017, on your New Year resolutions in 2018, get you started early. You may not see the results yet. Even going into the new year, as you begin your New Year resolutions, you may not see the results. You may not see the things that you've been asking for and praying for just yet. But if you stay put and you hold on to that vision, no matter how big, no matter how small, hold on to that vision, and it has to manifest. That's just basic science. What you put out, you will, what you put in, you will get out. And I wanted to share that story with you guys because honestly, I thought that it was completely, so impeccable to even imagine owning a business, owning a company, working a company, and beginning with like just a few close, some were his students because he was a poor teacher. Jack Ma began with some of his students and some of his friends. So they were all invested in each other, and they still worked this business for 10 whole years, helping Chinese small business owners, go ahead and exchange goods abroad. And I just thought that to me was just, this is someone who I look to, not necessarily to idolize, but similar to that. Like, his motto is all about service, right? And when it comes down to New Year resolutions, what we tend to do is we think of this new year as this big portal, right? It's this portal to the future, right? And walking into the new year, walking into like a new day, a new year, things change, right? But you wake up, you're still the same person, your bills are still the same, your job is still the same, and nothing really has changed other than your mindset, because now you're going into this new fresh year, and you kind of want to start over, or you just want to start a little fresh, which is perfectly fine. But my advice to you is to go into that new year with that vision. Even if you have to start early, that is perfectly fine. This right here, what I'm doing right now, is a part of my New Year's resolution. One of my New Year resolutions. I promised myself that I would do certain things, and I'm doing it. Me going live right now for you guys is me getting started, getting that jump start on my new year, and that's me cracking my new year wide open. So I promise I won't stay on here too long. I may go live again, separate from this video, only because I really want this video to just be a small, powerful nugget as to how to begin early. And yeah, that's that. I'm Zakharria Ford, and that was my time. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.